Hello and welcome back to Advent of Cyber. This is day 14, and the box is going to be containers, DoorDasher's, Demise. Let's go ahead, start machine, start attack box. It seemed as the sun rose this morning, it had already been decided that today would be another day of chaos in Wareville. At least that's the feeling all the folks at DoorDasher got. DoorDasher is a Wareville local delivery site, a favorite of the workers and the best festival company, especially on long days when they get home from work and just can't bring themselves to make dinner. We've all been there, I'm sure. Well, one Wareville resident was feeling particularly tired this morning and decided to order breakfast, only to find King Malware and his bandit bunny battalions had seized control of yet another festive favorite. DoorDasher had been completely rebranded as Hopperoo. All of the Ware's favorite dishes had been changed as well. Reports started flooding into the DoorDasher call center, and not just from customers, the Health and Safety Food Organization was on the line too, utterly panicked. Apparently, multiple Wareville residents were choking on what turned out to be fragments of Santa's beard. What the hell? Wareville authorities were left tangled in confusion today as Hopperoo faced mountain backlash over reports of culinary impersonation. Customers across the region claim to have been served what appears to be authentic strands of Santa beer in place of traditional noodles. A spokesperson for the Health and Safety Food Bureau confirmed that several diners required gentle untangling, and one incident involved a customer achieving accidental facial hair synchronization. What the hell we got going on in Wareville? So today's learning objectives are going to be learn how containers and Dockers work, including images, layers, and the container engine, explore Docker runtime concepts and common container escape/privilege escalation vectors, apply these skills to investigate image layers, escape a container, escape privileges, and restore the DoorDasher service. Do not order Santa Beard's pasta. So what are containers? To understand what a container is, we first need to understand the problem it fixes. Put plainly, modern applications can be quite complex. There's installation, troubleshooting, and conflicts. If reading these problems, your brain conjured up the word isolation as a solution, well, you're on the right track. Containerization solves these problems by packing applications along with their dependencies in one isolated environment. The package is known as a container. In addition to solving all above problems, containerism also offers further benefits. One key benefit is how lightweight they are. To understand this, we will now take a brief look at container architecture. Containers versus VMs or virtual machines. To illustrate container architecture, let's examine another form of virtualization, virtual machines. Virtual machines like the ones you've been booting up on this platform throughout Advent of Cyber. So what they're saying is this on the right side of the screen is actually a virtual machine running through the browser. So Docker is an open source platform for developers to build, deploy, and manage containers. Containers are executable units of software which package and manage the software and components to run a service. They are pretty lightweight because they isolate the application and use the host OS kernel. Escape, attack, and sockets. A container escape is a technique that enables code running inside a container to obtain rights or execute on the host kernel beyond its isolation environment, otherwise known as escaping. For example, creating a privileged container with access to the public internet from a test container with no internet access. Containers use a client-server setup on the host. The CLI tools act as the client, send a request to the container daemon, which handles the actual container management and execution. The runtime exposes an API server via Unix sockets to handle CLI and daemon traffic. If an attacker can communicate with that socket from inside the container, they can exploit the runtime. This is how we would create the privileged container with internet access as mentioned in the previous example. So challenge for today, your goal is to investigate the Docker layers and restore the defaced Hopperoo website to its original service, DoorDasher. We're going to walk through the steps to beat this challenge together. So access points. Now it's time to start using the machine you booted up in task 1. Let's start with the services are running with Docker. Let's check which services are running with Docker. Run the following command. So we're going to open up our terminal. And we're just going to run docker ps. And here we go. We can see a Docker running up here. It's running healthily. It's running healthy. It's been up for 33 minutes. So the main service runs at IP. Explore the web application. Let's go ahead and copy this. So it's telling us explore the web application and notice the deface system, Hopperoo, which is this. It's supposed to be DoorDasher, which is a food service. Let's explore uptime checker. So we'll go ahead and minimize this. And let's try again. Okay, now we can run this ls.sock command. And now we can see here. So let's go ahead and go back and do the deployer. And we can see here that it actually changed the user that we were in. So now that we can do who am I, and we can see it's deployer now. Okay, we made it. We managed to make it to the container where the script to restore the site is to its former version is. Save the day, run the recovery script in the root directory to recover the app using sudo recovery has been complete. DoorDasher has been restored. The hackers have been defeated. So let's see, what is that command list running? What file is used to determine instructions? Container. So it's now asking us for the flag, and I'm guessing that's going to be on the actual site. So we may need to go back over here and refresh. And there we go. Welcome to DoorDasher. I don't see any flag, so let's go back to the... Okay, so the flag isn't on there, so we're going to go back, and I guess they want us to check the main directory here. So we'll rerun this employer script. Okay, so now we can cd here, and we do see a flag.txt, so we can cat, and there's our flag. Go ahead and copy that. Now, bonus question. There's a secret code contained within the news site running on port 5002. This code also happens to be the password for the deployer user. They should definitely change their password. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back and do 5001. Let's do 2. Let's see. We're looking for a secret code. Well, this is bold red text, so deploy master 2025. Let's go ahead and try that. And that was his password. So we've now done the bonus question. It looks like that's it for this room. So we're going to head and close out. And we are done. We've now completed the containers room. If you enjoyed watching this, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you follow me on Twitter at rxsklife, and I will see you tomorrow for the next day.